What's good? What's good, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can the people in the building hear me? OBS started to trip on me for some reason. Wouldn't let me do my other live real quick. And then we're gonna, And then we're gonna start the show. OBS is still tripping on me for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Will Clinton, Van Garcia, Mano Slander, Sion Rowe. He said that guy looks like Jalen Collins from the Falcons in the Roommates podcast. I have no idea who he was. I just went to Google image and put in couples. No, I typed in girlfriend, and that's one of the first pictures I said. I'm gonna use that for the thumbnail. But let me see if I could delete that last live stream real quick, because I don't need people clicking on that one, because we got an interesting topic we're gonna talk about today. Let's see, is that the one I wanna? No, is that the one I want to delete? Make sure I delete the right one. Upcoming. Okay, it should be the 22nd one. That's the one we want to delete. Let's see, where's the delete feature at? Two selected. No, I don't want two selected. So this is why I don't like YouTube. Why isn't this piece of shit working? Why isn't it working? Okay, one selected, and we want to delete it. More actions, delete forever. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want it to delete forever. Okay. Now I don't have to worry about that. Welcome back to the Grandmaster Troll show. Y'all know who it is. It is your boy, the Grandmaster Troll, where I give you guys the best trolling content YouTube has to offer. Don't expect a lot of people to be on this one, as we're in here on the late night. Let's see what are people saying in the chat. Hey GMC, okay, they're saying what's up. So let me know. What do you guys want to start with? You guys want to start with me talking about my time in jail, or do you guys want to hear, see what we could pull up on some of the exes that I've dated throughout the years, going all the way back to college? See, this is how we got here, as we got Cassandra Brown in the building. This is how we got here. I've been on a doxing spree now. Dox these Negroes, YouTube daddies, and these Negroes like to come into the comics section. Oh, well, why are you doxing this person? Why am I doxing that person? Why don't I dox Cynthia G? There's people that still want me to dox Cynthia G, even though I've doxed her. Then we got the whole defense for talking about GMT. I'm pretty sure you got a pass. Have you been arrested? And I told people the story. Maybe they have forgot about it. So I'm going to remind them of the story. But then, since we're Black YouTube, and since Black YouTube, one of the talking points in Black YouTube is Black relationships, and I see you brothers, I even see some of you sisters out there. You out there getting in these relationships, and you have no idea who the person you're dating, and you're trying to figure out why your relationships aren't working. We got Cassandra Brown. She says, you were in jail, GMT. Yes, I have been arrested. I served a month, maybe 3-4 weeks in county jail. I was on the yard with the killers, Cassandra Brown. I was on the yard with the killers. The only reason why people can't find my criminal background, because one, it was a misdemeanor. Two, I got my record expunged. And three, that was the last time I've been arrested. And when you come up in America, they will give you a second chance, provided you didn't rape, rob, kill, anybody, do a violent crime. My crime wasn't violent. So they will give you a second chance, and as long as you fulfill the terms of your probations, pay your restitution, and be a upstanding member of society, they will expunge your record. And that's why when people try to pull up information, even though I tried to pull up information on myself, I couldn't find it because I had my record expunged. D. Charles says, how old is GMT? I am 34 years old. Cassandra Brown says, don't tell me you've been in a jail. So I guess we gotta start with said story about me going to jail. Boy, was that an experience to be on the yard with the killers. D. Charles says, 1 month. What was the crime? Well, the crime that I pled guilty to was possession of stolen property, attempted forgery, and some other stuff I can't remember. But that was the crime. That was the crime that I pled no contest to. I believe I pled no contest or guilty to. It was one of those situations. So I guess people asking about it just so. What happened? How did GNT end up serving 1 month in prison? So we got Leonard in the building. Says GMT was our Norteño. Oh, them Norteños and Serranos on the yard don't play. So when I was in high school, I used to drive. I was Uber before Uber. So I would drive the homeboys around. I would drive the homegirls around. I got my driver's license my sophomore year. I was 16 and was driving. Closer to my senior year, one of my stepbrother had a friend, and his friend had a younger brother. And at that time, his younger brother, he was hitting licks. So the lick he would hit is he would steal somebody's checks, bring them to the bank where his homeboy was working. I guess he had a homeboy who was a little bit older. His homeboy was working at the bank, and he would bring these checks to the bank and cash these checks at the bank. And I guess his homeboy would just sign off on the check, give him the money, and he would walk out of the bank with all of his money. So I used to drive him to the bank, because he wasn't driving at the time. So I was driving him to the bank, and he would, every time, check, he would come out, couple of $100, sometimes $1,000, just hitting licks. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this fool is out here hitting these licks on forging checks. So of course I would get my little gas money or whatnot, and that's how that happened. So then during my time in high school, I graduated. I went to Cal State Stanislaus University for a year. Flunked out my freshman year, And it was during that time, I graduated 2007, so about 2008, the economy wasn't doing that good, and I was living out Manteca, Turlock, small towns, and them small towns during the time where nobody was hiring. You in a small town, ain't nobody hiring. So at that time, your boy was down on his luck. I needed some money, moved back to Manteca. My brother, it was his senior year. His brother's homie was like a junior or sophomore at the time. So I was at the house and I said, oh, I remember old buddy. He would go down to the bank and he would hit licks at the bank. So my dumb ass, I said, I'm going to call him up. I got this check right here. What time I got to go into the bank to hit this lick? Because I'm trying to get that money you was getting when you was back in high school. So I had my check. I had my fake ID. We go into the bank. Everything's gonna be smooth. Hand over the check, the fake ID. Next thing you know, the bank manager comes over. I guess she was what they call surfing, and I ended up getting surfed. So the bank manager came over. I done already began the transaction. I already gave him the fake ID. Then the homeboy who was working the teller, he gives me the look. Hey, it's not gonna look good for you. So they made me sit over there, and I kind of knew what was about to happen. So at that time, I just walked out of the bank, got my car, drove back to the library. Because obviously I wasn't going to be able to hit that lick because the bank manager came over there and was shoulder surfing. Somebody said his inner Pookie was something. We got Third Angel from the Sun says, hey, Grandmaster Troll. So I go to the bank, just chilling out. Then I drive back home. When I drive back home, my dad come out. He said, hey, man, the police came by. They was looking for you. They said that you was trying to get some money from the bank off a forged check. So I had to tell my dad the whole story of what had happened. So he said, hey, you got to call the police. You got to turn yourself in. So we called the police. Police come by. Read me my Miranda rights. Put the cuffs on me, back of the squad car. We done ride up to the police station. We get to the police station. I get booked. They take the photo, the mug shot. Then they asked me about the crime. My dad had told me, when you go down there, say you want a lawyer. I go down there, police start asking questions. Did you use this fake ID? Yeah. Did you try to forge a check? Yeah. Where'd you get the checks from? Told him I got the check from a family member. And then he asked me about my homeboy who was the bank teller at the time. I said, I don't know about him, what he was doing. All I know is I went into the bank and I made the stupid decision of trying to forge a check. This is all on me. Nobody else had nothing to do with it. So I told him the story. And to my amazement, they signed me out. They gave me a little ticket and they signed me out on my own recognizance. They signed me out. They let me, after I got booked, told them the story, they allowed me to go home. So I went home. Parents is mad, disappointed at me. Got all these different court dates. Go down to the court. Get a so-called public defender. He gives me my options. He said, you're looking at a felony because, you tried to take money that was over the $1,000 mark. You already admitted to the police that you did it. So the best thing you could do is plead guilty, and maybe since you didn't get the money, maybe they could knock it down from a felony to a misdemeanor, which is what they did. So instead of it was some other crime. It was like misimpersonation and some other stuff. But I pled guilty or pled no contest to possession of stolen property and attempted forgery. So I pled no contest, and they said you're gonna have to pay this much restitution. You're gonna get probation, but if you go to county jail, it looks like you'll be looking at a month. If you go to county jail, it's gonna knock down your restitution, and the restitution was a lot of money, and there was no jobs at that time, so I didn't have a job. I didn't have much money to my name, if not any. So I said, I really don't want to pay all that restitution. It's county jail. It can't be that. So I said, go ahead and give me the give me the 1 month in county jail. If that's gonna knock off $1,000 of my restitution fees, we gonna go ahead and do that. Brother Ray said a public pretender. He said Rico Young says a dude on my block used to do that in the early 2000s when Social Security checks used to come in the mail. He got 15 years with that. Damn. Somebody said you left the fake ID. Yep, I left the fake ID at the bank teller. Van Garcia says, why is GMT doxing himself? Thinks he's trying to beat someone to the punch. Believe me, the only way you can find my criminal history is if you got one of those FBI clearances. That's the only way you'll be able to find my criminal history. So, at that time, they gave me a date to report to the county jail. We get up there to report to the county jail. We get ready to serve time. I get booked in. You know, they book you in. They tell you to take off your clothes. They tell you to spread your butt cheeks and cough. All that good stuff. So after we get past that part, we get to the lobby where we're going to be transported over to the main yard or general population. We about to be on the yard with the killers. So we get to this to the so-called lobby area where we're all there's about 10 to 15 of us getting ready to be transported. So before we get transported, they sit us down in the lobby and they're gonna break down the rules of county jail. As they're breaking down the rules of county jail, you know, I'm sitting there observing the people I'm getting booked with, you know, all that other stuff. Because the only thing I know about jail is what I've seen on TV. And what I've seen on TV ain't that nice. What I've seen on TV ain't that nice about jail. So as we're waiting to get transported, this dude has a broken arm. And the reason I know he has a broken arm is because he has a cast on. But with his cast that he's wearing on his arm, he is making a shank as the guards walk by. So whenever the guards isn't looking, he has like this, the end of a toothbrush or something, and he's scraping it against his cast, making a shank. And I'm like, damn, you really need a shank in here? Man, I don't have a shank. I don't even know how to make a shank. And dudes is in the lobby in front of the guards. The guards is right there, but they're oblivious because he's kind of tucked his arm away, but he's making a shank with the cast. So I'm like, damn, it's really like that. People, they really stabbing folks in jail like that. I'm like, damn. So then the guards come over, they give us our blanket, they give us our pillow, they give us our bag of lunch. Probably the best lunch, the best meal I had in there. Then the guards tell us the rules. Hey, if you get in here and you get on the yard and you see somebody you don't like and it's gonna be a problem, let us know so we can get you moved to a different part of the jail. Then the guard said, if anybody asks you to go in the shower and handle some business, do not go in the shower. And I'm sitting there, I'm 19, you know, I'm real skinny, maybe around 120 pounds at the time, you know, 19, clean shaven, you know, I'm sitting there like, damn, they really raping niggas in you. Because when she said, if somebody asks you to go in the shower, do not go. I'm sitting there, damn, they really raping niggas in you. I said, I should have just took the probation when I had a chance. I should have just took the probation. So it's getting time to go on the yard. So we get into the minivans with our pillows, our sack of lunch, and we go into general population, and we get off the van. Boy, when we got off the van, that was probably the most afraid I ever been. Because when you go to jail, the yard with the killers, they had these dudes, they line up on both sides. And what I didn't know at the time, what I assumed what they was doing is they was sizing us up, you know. Looking at the fresh new meat coming on into the jail. You got dudes in there, they got tattoos, they ripped, they about 8 feet tall, 340 pounds, look like a damn near gorilla in there. Like, damn, these niggas is big in this motherfucker. So I got my pillow, my blanket, my sack of lunch, and we walking across the yard with the killers. Dudes in there playing basketball. Dudes over there smoking, shooting dice. We finally get into the barracks because it's not like the jails you used to. It's just one big barrack. So it's a bunch of different bunk beds in the so-called barracks. There's about 40 bunk beds just lined up throughout the barracks, and you get assigned to your bunk bed. So I get my bunk bed, and my bunk bed, I got the top bunk bed right next to the door. I'm like, damn, they gave me the bunk bed next to the door, so when anybody come in or walk out, they right at my bunk bed. I'm like, damn, I should have just took probation, because every time that door open, I'm like, oh shit, who the fuck, every time that door open, who the fuck coming in here? Because they right by your bed, you don't know who walking in or who walking out. So I get my bunk bed, I'm looking around, and not even 30 seconds before we got in that motherfucker, there was another dude who transported with us. He was a Mexican. He was about my size, maybe weighed a little bit more, but he was shorter than me. As soon as that Negro got in the barracks, the Serranos and Norteños done ran down on him. Where you from? You got any tattoos? What set you rapping? Done took that dude lunch within 30 seconds before we even got there. I'm like, damn, this is cold right here. They really ran up on that dude and took his lunch. I said, let me hurry up and eat my lunch, because I don't want nobody to take my lunch from me. They done took that dude's lunch. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I'm sitting there eating my lunch. They gave us a nice little sandwich, apple, Kool-Aid, and one of them small Kool-Aid cartons. So I'm sitting there eating my lunch, and I'm trying to observe, because I'm trying to see what the rules are, who the honchos are. So I'm just sitting there, and as I'm sitting there on my bunk bed, there's one rule that I wasn't aware of, but I was smart because I wasn't trying to make too many moves. So the bunk bed is made of steel. There's no mattress on the bunk bed. Because what happens is, when the bunk beds are empty, an inmate will take the mattress off that bunk bed and bring it over to his bed, so he can have 2 or 3 different mattresses. So I'm not knowing that we supposed to get a mattress. There's supposed to be a mattress on the bunk bed, but I gotta go and find a mattress that's not being used. One of the other dudes who came in, he didn't know the rules. So he go up to another inmate bunk bed who got 2 mattresses, and he gonna take his mattress and put it on his bunk bed. Oh, it don't work like that. You gotta ask for a mattress, or somebody gotta give you a mattress. So when he took dude's mattress, he had a problem because he took it from somebody, and that dude was mad. He said, "Hey man, you can't just come in here and just take people mattresses like that. It don't run like that." So they got this big disagreement behind a mattress. So I'm sitting there like, damn, how am I gonna get a mattress? Because you can't be sleeping on no steel bunk bed. But one of the inmates was just chilling. He just saw me chilling. He said, "Hey man, you need a mattress?" I said, "Yeah. Here, you could take this one." Took that mattress, and I just used that mattress. So I'm in there in county jail, not exactly sure of my release date, not exactly sure how I'm gonna be in there. So I go outside to the yard. I see the people playing basketball. I see some folks over there playing chess and whatnot. And you just try to move to where you could, just stay up under the radar. That's what we trying to do. We trying to stay up under the radar. We not trying to ruffle anybody's feathers. We just trying to stay under the radar. Serve this 3-4 weeks to a month. But county jail was pretty hard. So another thing I had to learn was the whole bathroom situation, the bathroom and shower situation, because there's a certain rule about the bathroom and the showers. Now I was terrified to go in them showers because I don't know what these Negroes is on. When that guard told me, if somebody asks you to go in the showers, don't go because they're gonna rough you up. I said, damn, can you even go and take a shower? So the way the bathrooms were, you got the barracks and then you got the bathroom. There's about, I want to say, 7 to 10 toilets lined up. I don't remember if they had any urinals, but they had toilets lined up. So the rule was, if you had to take a number 2, you had to go and get the mop bucket, and the mop, you had to lay it on the mop bucket to where it blocked the door. And that's how you let somebody know if you were in there taking a shower or taking a shit. Because the toilets, there wasn't like when you go into like a Walmart or a Target bathroom and there's a toilet but it's enclosed. It's just toilet, 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 toilet. But if you sit down and you take a shit, somebody could walk in, they could see you taking a shit. So the way it worked was you had to lay that mop bucket that had wheels on it and the mop stick, you had to lay that down. And that told everybody somebody's in there taking a shit, taking a shower. Don't go in there. Give that person their privacy. So I had to learn that rule for a little bit. It was the first time in my life where I didn't take a shit for the whole week. I said, damn. How does this work? To just go in there, lay down? What happens if somebody see me go in there and they just lift up the stick and close it and walk in and try and attack me? What else about count? What else happened in county? Oh, the fights. Negroes love to fight. Never somebody had a problem with somebody. They would go in the showers and fight because I was away from the guards. So what these Negroes would do, if you got a problem with somebody, you tell them, meet me in the shower. They would put that stick down. somebody would take lookout at the door that led to the bathroom, and somebody would take lookout at the door that led to the yard. And while everybody's in the barracks watching TV, or if a fight going on, all you hear is they in the shower rumbling. Fight would happen and whatnot. Somebody would lose, somebody would win. The guards knew that fights were happening in the shower. They would let the fights happen in the shower. Then a couple of minutes after the fight, they would go on lockdown. Then they would line up all the inmates at their bunk beds, and we all had to do that. If you had cuts and bruises on your knuckles, they would transfer you up out of there because they knew you was involved with a fight. Van Garcia says GMT had to waive I gotta tell you, and then when you go to jail, you gotta wear somebody else's underwear. So when you take off your clothes and do the whole bend over and cough, you put all your clothes over there. And then they would give you the orange jumpsuit. That's when you first got there. Or they gave you the blue jumpsuit, which said you had a job. So if you had a job that you had to, I guess, go wash police cars or go mow the lines, you would get a blue jumpsuit. If you had a white jumpsuit, that meant you worked in the kitchen. So I had an orange jumpsuit for a while, and then I got assigned kitchen duty. But I never worked in the kitchen because I wasn't there long enough. I was only in there for like 3 or 4 weeks. So I got an orange for the kitchen white, a white for the kitchen jumpsuit because they wanted me to work in the kitchen, but I got out of the jail before I actually had to do any work in the kitchen. So that was my time in jail. I spent my time, playing chess. But there's a whole bunch of politics. I remember one time, I did not know about the racial politics in jail. I had no idea. I'm trying to stay up under the radar. Of course, I know about the Aryan Brotherhood because you can tell they got the skinheads, they got the tattoos. You know about the Northaniels and Serranos because they always clicked up, and the black people is always the black people is either playing basketball, smoking weed, or shooting dice. That's what they doing in jail. So I'm sitting there playing with chess, and when you're playing with chess, now everybody plays chess. So the chess, it's a diverse game. Somebody white will play the chess, somebody black like me will play the chess. A couple of Mexicans played chess, so everybody's playing chess. Chess game is over. Everybody that was white that was in the jail, they would have their meeting in the barracks. So we would have yard time. Pretty much everybody is outside. There's like 3 different barracks. One here, one there, one there. So it's in the shape of a U, and the yard's in the middle. So during yard time, when everybody's outside, all the white people will go into one barrack, and they would just have a meeting with nothing but white people. I had no idea this was going on. So one of the other black inmates, he grabbed me, he said, "Hey, come with me real quick." So the white people is having their barracks on the far end. We go through the door on the opposite end. He says, "You see that over there?" And we peek our heads inside the barracks. "You see that over there? You see all those white people over there having a meeting? What do you think they're talking about? What do you think they're discussing? What do you think they're strategizing?" So he was trying to explain to me, "See all them white folks over there? You gotta watch who you hanging out with because you don't know what they plotting against you." So he's trying to show me the different racial politics of county jail. The food in county jail was terrible. The food was terrible. Except for Waffle Wednesdays. Waffle Wednesdays was okay. But any other day, the food was terrible. They give you that plastic tray for breakfast, corn flakes and water, and by water you would get a corn flakes, and then you would get the milk, the lower level milk that when you poured it out, it almost looked like water. Then you get some other bullshit food, some slop. I guess it was supposed to be grits or oatmeal or something. Sausage wasn't that good. And unless it was waffle. Now, Waffle Wednesdays, you can get your waffles, some sausage, and then people would trade and barter their food. Lunches was terrible. The beans was terrible. The slop was terrible. Oh, I was in that jail, hungrier than a motherfucker. I never been that hungry. Trying to survive on oranges and Waffle Wednesdays. That food was terrible. Then I just said, fuck it. I know this food is terrible, but I'm so hungry. I just gotta eat it. I just had to eat food. Every once in a while, we would get the sandwiches. I would try to sneak a couple of extra oranges out to the yard, but you couldn't bring food from the cafeteria out onto the yard and back to your barracks, so we had to sneak them past the guards. It was hard to sneak them because the pants that you had on didn't have any pockets, so you had to put the fruit in your drawers. So we got Alexander Bull says no. I had no commissary. Parents wasn't giving me no money at the time. We was out there on the island by ourselves. No commissary. I want to say the best was whenever there was the football game on, Sunday night football. The inmates would have a celebration, so the people who was getting commissary, they would get the ramen noodles, and they would make that spread, the ramen noodles and the Dorito spread. So whenever the football games come on, we would watch the football games. That was when Deshaun Jackson Monday night or Sunday night against the Cowboys, when he caught the ball and he was about to score a touchdown. Before he got to the touchdown, he dropped the ball. That was the time frame I was in jail. We was in there with no commissary, no money on the books, on the yard with the killers. Then people would ask me about my case. I would tell them this is what I was in for. Then somebody else, I guess, was writing bad or attempted to forge a bad check. So he was asking me about my case, trying to figure out how I got so much little time. And then since I didn't know the date I was going out, somebody said, hey, you need to go talk to that person in that guard, and they would tell you the date that you're getting out. They told me my date. I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, only 3.5 weeks? Oh, this is cool. This is cool. So then my release date came, and I had no idea how that worked. I was just chilling on the yard. Then the guards came up to me and said, hey, man, you want to take a walk with us? I walked out with him. Next thing you know, I'm going home. They gave me back my clothes, all the belongings that I had, put them on. But the one mistake I made, because I didn't know when we was getting out, I was supposed to make my phone call to have somebody come pick me up. I didn't make my phone call because I didn't know how the release was going. So when I got out and they gave me my stuff, I couldn't make a phone call. So I literally had to walk from Stockton all the way back to the city of Manteca. That's another story in himself. When I was walking back, I ran into my old high school buddies. He gave me a ride from about French Camp all the way through Lathrop to the start of Manteca. Then I had to walk across the city of Manteca. And I ended up getting home. We got the faith factor. So that was my time in jail. What else happened? Oh, the most funniest thing in jail. So we at the cafeteria eating our food. You know, people was trading and bothering their food that they got on their trays. The big dude, one of them big gorilla type dudes is in there. We all in there trading food. All of a sudden, somebody spilled some milk all over the table, and that big gorilla dude is all, oh shit, because I guess he didn't want to get wet by the milk. So when that milk got spread over the table, I started laughing because I thought that shit was funny. No, he the biggest dude in the jail, and he's scared over somebody spilling some milk. So I'm over there laughing. I'm like, GMT, you can't be laughing at the big gorilla dude because he may take it the wrong way. So I'm trying to stop myself from laughing. Cannot stop myself from laughing. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to take my laughing ass outside because I don't want any problems with the big gorilla dude. But that was my time in jail. That was my time in jail. Bill Clinton says, damn, Stockton to Manteca is a 4-hour walk. Well, the county jail is at French Camp. So that's a little bit south from Manteca. But yes, it was a long walk all the way back home. So that's my whole time I've been in jail. That was the crime I did. So when people ask me, GMT, you got a background? No, I technically don't. I got my record expunged. That's why you can't find nothing on me. But however, I did plead no contest to a crime, and I did serve a month in jail. Luckily, I haven't went back. But how did we get here? Why is GMT doxing his exes? Why is he doxing his exes? Well, I see you brothers and I see you sisters out there having relationship issues. And you're trying to figure out, why your relationships ain't working, this, that, and the third. First thing I gotta ask, when you was dating the person you was dating, did you look up their background? Did you see their criminal history? Did you see that foreclosure, that tax lien they had, that water bill they couldn't pay? So we're gonna dox. We're gonna dox a couple of people real quick. Let's see. Now I won't show everybody's personal information. Reason being, I know some of my exes are watching. Believe me, I know you're watching. I know you're watching and you don't want me to share some stuff. You have no idea what I can show. Believe me, I look you up. I look you up. I look some of you up. Because some things in a relationship, it just seemed off. There were arguments and stuff. So I had to go back and look. Let me see if I could pull up a picture of somebody who we're going to be talking about during this live stream. Who is GMT gonna do first? Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the Cash App, support the channel. Support this channel. Let's see. We gotta pull up a picture and a video of somebody we're gonna be doxing. Who are we doxing first? Let's see. We're gonna browse for a photo. Who who are we gonna talk about first? Oh, we're gonna talk about this person first. We're gonna talk about this person first. Let's throw up a picture. Let's throw up a picture. How big do I want to make it? We got to talk about this person. Who is this person? Let's see if I can find said video real quick. Let's see. Let's go to how she said she's doing great. That's good. Here we got Leonard, the Yoda, in the building. Let's see. Who is this person? Let me see if I can find the video. Let's see if I can find the video. Let's go to your channels. We gotta go to that. No, not that channel. Go back. We gotta go to that channel. And then we gotta find the video. Let's see if we can find said video on here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's freezing again. It's freezing again. That video's not on this channel, so that means it must be on this channel. Let's see if we can find. That's a real old video as well. Yep. Here goes that video.
This dolphin can see in 2 directions at once.
We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. Let's see. We don't need you. We don't need you. All these damn commercials. Why so many damn commercials? Okay. Okay, she's not exactly in this video, but we're gonna talk about this person right here. We're talking about the relationship right here. Now, what's so important? Why are we doing? We gotta talk about this girl right here. Her name is Tasha, short for Latasha. So I've been dealing with this girl. Hold on, I don't want to keep picture up out. I've been, because it distracted me. I've been dealing with Tasha. Damn. Off and on, it feels like about damn near 7 years. Off and on for the last 7 years, you know. Met old girl at Amazon. That's where we met. Met her at Amazon. We was both working at Amazon. Let me see if I can pull up the view, because we definitely got to show this. We definitely got to show this. We definitely got to show this right here. Hold on. Hold on. We don't want to do that. We want to come to this one, and we gotta open up a window. Let's see. We gotta open up a window. We gotta talk about. Yeah, we gotta talk about that right. We gotta talk about that right. Hold on. That's not doing it justice. That's not doing it justice. That's not doing it justice. Let's blow it up, make it a little bit bigger so the brothers can see. We talking about it right. Yeah, we talking about that right there. Yeah, you couple that nice round thing with pretty face right here. I got sucked into the sauce. I got sucked in. Melissa's co-worker beginnings. I got sucked into the sauce. Should have let this girl alone, you know, single mother. Just couldn't leave him alone up to this. In fact, I could pick up the phone and call her. She probably won't answer. She only picks up the phone in the morning when I call her, so she's definitely not going to pick up the phone at night. Dealing with her for the last 7 years, off and on. Single mother. can't get right, can't get a job, can't keep a job. Always got some shit going on, getting kicked out of people's houses, always need help. So during the whole relationship, this girl gonna tell me she was arrested for armed robbery. That's right, armed robbery. So since she got arrested for armed robbery and had a felony on her background, she had a hard time getting a job. So I would try to help this person get a job, get this job, get that job. Could not get a job for, allergic to getting a job. So she would always call me. I got an interview at such and such place. Can you send me some gas money? I'm getting such and such job. You know, the uniforms cost this amount of money. Can you send me the money? Would never get the job, let alone keep said job. So after the fifth or sixth time, I said, hey, I'm not giving you no more of my hard-earned money because you can't get said job because of your background. So there was one day I said, is she lying about said armed robbery case? I really thought she was lying about said armed robbery case. So I said, let me go to Kids Live Safe. I go over to Kids Live Safe. Let me see if I could put the name in. Let me see if I can put the name in real quick. Here we go right there. We're going to go ahead and pull up the report. I pulls up said report. Believe me, I done searched other background checks. I done pulled up said report. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, I don't want to use that one. Let me use this one because we can see it. Let me see if I can make the opacity square go away. Let me see if I can bring in the window. So I'm looking at this report right here. I go down. I'm looking at the people and the names and the addresses. Everything lines up. Email, everything lines up. So I know this is her. I go down to warrants. I go down to arrests, charges, bankruptcies, judgment liens, foreclosures, evictions. Nothing pops up. Not a damn thing pops up. Clean as a motherfucking whistle. Clean as a whistle. Angela C. Clean as a whistle. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, damn, this girl done really lied to me about an armed robbery case to get money off me. I'm like, damn, the world is so cold. You got B-dubs out here lying about armed robbery cases to get money up out of niggas. Wow, that's cold blooded. But I had to dig because I said the world cannot be that cold. The world cannot be that cold. Ain't no way. So y'all know I'm also on the I'm also on the unicourt. So I had to go to the unicourt just to see if this was true or not. And when I went on the unicorn, let me bring this up. I went on the unicorn and I typed in her name right here. Let me see if I can make myself appear in this window. Where am I? I'm on that video. Okay. So right here, you go to Kids Live Safe. You see the name, Latasha Chanel Bassard. And then I go to Unicourt and I see the people of state of California versus said Latasha Chanel Bassard. So I click on it. I click on it just to see what I can see. And I see all the charges and everything right here. I see the arraignment. I see the sentencings and all that other stuff. So let me see what exactly do we got here? Just a long stuff right here. Is this the one? Okay. So we got this right here. We got grand theft property, no contest, no contender rate. We got burglary in the first degree. So the whole time, because this definitely was an argument. I was like, hey, girl, I don't believe you was arrested for armed robbery. I really believe you using this whole armed robbery to get money up out of me. And the whole time, people, your girl Tasha was telling the damn truth. She was telling the truth, Rico Young. She was telling the truth. She actually was arrested for armed robbery, and she pled out to burglary and no contest and stuff. Burglary, stolen possession, all this other stuff. So all of that was true. So I'm like, damn, I'm really gonna have to pick up the phone and I'm gonna have to apologize to her because I thought she made up the whole shit. I thought she made up the whole shit. But this is why you got to dox people. This is why you got to dox your exes. This is why you gotta dox your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Because you never know. Nesbitt said she thug life for her. She be out there fighting in the streets, fighting girls in the streets, acting a goddamn fool. I should have left that girl alone, back all the way in 2016. But every now and then, I get the urge. Every now and then, we're gonna talk about her a little bit more. But we gotta go to the next person. We gotta dox. Oh, we gotta talk about the next person. We got Rico Young. He says sold pharmaceuticals, carry hammers, illegal. Okay, he never got arrested for it. He said her arms seem too thin for armed robbery. I mean, all you gotta have is a little handgun, a little whatever. Got sent up for armed robbery. So who are we going to talk about next? Oh, we definitely gotta talk about the YouTube girlfriends. Definitely gotta talk about the YouTube girlfriends. And this next person, we gotta talk about the person who destroyed my car. You guys already know the story. I did a video on it. We gotta talk about it. So I looked this individual up. I guess I'll do it right now, but I'm not gonna show this person's information because we got to protect. Hold on, we got to protect the pussy. That's right. You gotta protect that pussy because you Never, ever, ever, ever. You never know what your future may hold. So we gonna keep the personal information on the down low, but we're gonna see if we could type in this person's name real quick. Let's see, is it on here or do I gotta type it? Almost forgot that. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna put it in. Say it state real quick. So we put this person's information in here and they pop right up. And I'm looking at this person's information. This person told me they were arrested for something way back in the 80s and early 90s. I really don't remember. But when I go back and look, I don't see no bankruptcies, no judgments, no liens, no foreclosures. So this person is handling her business, which is why I picked her at the time. But there is a operating a vehicle on highway without registration 1/6/2020. And I'm like, oh, I remember that because I was in the car during this traffic stop. That's right. We gotta talk about the girl from South Carolina. Yeah, that's right. Your boy GMT. I was fed up with California because I already seen the writing on the wall for the state of California. They was diving into liberalism. They was letting the homeless get out of control. I mean, the homeless folks could sell drugs, shoplift, hit people over their head, break into their cars and homes. The police won't even arrest them, and if they do arrest them, the DA won't even charge them, but let you go in your car and have window tint or engine modifications on your car. The police will roll down the full extent of the law and state refuge and hit you with every fine in the book. The police will pull you over because you didn't put your turn signal on to switch lanes or to make a right or left hand turn, but will let the homeless person shoot and sell fentanyl right across the street as he's pulling you over for a so-called traffic infraction. Let alone the housing, the higher housing costs. I was fed up with California because I already knew what was fixing to happen. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go out South Carolina and I'm going to see what that country life is like. So on this particular day, we in South Carolina cruising down the street. We cruising down the street, Angela C. We cruising down the street, Will Clinton. We cruising down the street, happened to be on the street. The sheriffs had just pulled somebody over, and I guess was finishing with that traffic stop. So we drive, we're at a light, and then we drive. Then the cop leaves that traffic stop. I guess they had just finished up, gets in behind us, pulls us over. I'm sitting there like, why are we getting pulled over? We were sitting at a traffic light. We were driving 5-10 miles per hour. What possible traffic law did we break? So the police gets out of the car. Police is a BW. Police is a BW, and she has one of these. Let me see if I can find this. Didn't want to drop that. Let's see if I can find it. What drawer is that in? The police has one of them big sombrero hats. B-dub, too. In shape, B-dub. She get out of the car and she slide that big sombrero hat on her head. I mean, it's a big sombrero hat that the sheriffs, I guess, down south be wearing. I'm looking at her through the rear view mirror or the side view mirror. I'm like, damn. This ain't gonna be good. So she come over, she approaches the female. For those of you that don't know, I'm talking about real life of cyberspace. And she says the reason why I pulled you over is because your registration is expired. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, registration? Real life is a little bit irritated that she's getting pulled over for no registration. We trying to find the registration and insurance card. We looking through the center console. We looking through the the passenger compartment for the registration and insurance. You know, I have no idea what a registration and insurance is. It ain't my car. I just never knew where the registration insurance was. So she asking me to find something that I don't even know what the registration card looked like. I opened the compartment. There's all these different papers and other stuff in there. I don't know what the registration. Why are you getting at me? Because you ain't got your registration readily available. So eventually find the registration, insurance, driver's license, to handle the stuff, you know, real life. And the officer started to argue a little bit because real life didn't believe she should be pulled over for some registration. So the cop go back to the cop car because she gonna write a ticket for no registration. So we sitting there. Real life is upset that, you know, she about to get this ticket. She get the ticket. Cop tries to explain all the things that she need to do to get this away, this, that, and the third. They still arguing. The police officer gives her stuff back. Police officer gets back in the car. Police officer drives off. Now you think that would be the end of it. Oh, no, no, no. Not when you dealing with Negroes. It ain't the end of it. For some reason, real life cannot find her driver's license. We looking in the center console. Can't find it. We looking up here. Can't find it. So in real life's head, the police officer must still have the driver's license. Real life is pissed off. I'm talking level 100 pissed off. So the police officer then drove down the street, then drove down the back roads. Real life is going to put the car in drive and drive 100 miles per hour to get sent driver's license. So we on the back roads, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I'm holding on to the top of the thing because I'm looking up. I'm like, you really gonna speed at this cop at 100 miles an hour over a driver's license? To our luck, we could not find the police officer. Maybe she made a left and we went right, or maybe she made a right and we went straight. Could not find the police officer. So I'm trying to get real. Like, calm down. Just pull over here. Let's see if your driver's license is in here. Open the center console. What do we find? A driver's license. Real life was about to run down and slam her car into the cop car over a driver's license that the cop gave back to, that she misplaced in the center console. Now she in the car cussing at me, yelling at me because all of a sudden it's my fault that we had got pulled over. Now she eventually apologized, but that was the end of that story. Fortunately, the background check, it checked out clean, but Real life had a temper. In fact, this what real life like to do. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So when you dealing with a real life, that that fabulous cook, she can make some of the best fried chicken in the world. I would drive all the way to South Carolina from California just for the fried chicken. She would cook said fried chicken and panties. Let me say that again for the Negroes in the back. She would be cooking that fried chicken in a shirt and panties. That's how good GMT had. She was cooking the best fried chicken in the world and panties and shirt. But at that time, my mind was fucked up because I done left the Golden State, California, major city, and I'm out there in the country trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. So real life got mad because she didn't think I was giving her the right attention as she was cooking the fried chicken and t-shirt and panties. So some BWs, they got it messed up in their head and they don't know how to voice their frustration. So when this would happen, an argument would come up. Whenever these arguments would come up, for some reason, some of these BWs, when they argue with you, they like to go in the kitchen, open up the kitchen drawer, and they like to grab the biggest kitchen knife from the kitchen drawer and start arguing with you. And then they want to escalate the argument. They want to fight you and all that stuff. They want to throw pine saw on you, hitting you all in your back. But she has a wooden floor, so when she threw the pine saw at me, now the floor is all slippery. She's trying to hit me, but she can't hit me because she's slipping on the pine saw that she just threw all on me and all over the floor. So I was like, GMT cannot put up with that. Unfortunately, my grandma had passed away at that time, so I had to come back home and deal with that. And when I came back to California and I weighed all my options, I said, do I really want to go back to South Carolina and deal with a woman? She is cooking fried chicken and panties, but she cannot control her anger. Does GMT really want to deal with that? Or do I want to deal with these politicians in California? And I chose to deal with these politicians in California. I just couldn't deal with anger issues and all this extra bullshit. All this, every time an argument break out, you want to go to the kitchen drawer and get the biggest knife from the kitchen drawer. Could not put it up. Oh, there ain't no walking back to California, Rico. You know, you can't walk from South Carolina to California. So I came back to California. Who are we going to talk about next? Who are we going to talk about next? Oh, we got to talk about one of my favorites. One of my favorites. We got to talk about the girl who saved GMT's life. That's right. If it wasn't for this girl, GMT might not even be here. Who are we talking about? Let's see if I can pull up said video. Who are we talking about here? Let's go to your channel. Let's go to videos. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, I think we found it. I think we found it. Is this the video? No, that's not it. That's not it. Is it really not on here? Is it really not? Is it really not on here? Okay, it's right here in front of me. It's right here in front of me. Who are we talking? Let's see if we can get a good zoom in. Let's see if we can get a good zoom in. Hold on. I don't want to use that zoom in. Let me go ahead and use this zoom in real quick. Let me see if I could zoom in right here. Let's see if we could get a good spot. Let's see. There we go. That's perfect. Who are we talking about now? The girl who saved a nigga life. Where? Save a Negro life. Let's see. We got somebody who's a child predator. We got somebody who's a child predator in the chat room acting a damn fool as a moderator. So you know what we gotta do? You know what we gotta do? We gotta put this person in time. We gotta put that person in time out because they acting a fool in the chat. Gotta put them in time out. But we gotta talk about the girl that done saved a nigga life. Saved a nigga life. We gotta talk about this right here. Let me see. We gotta talk about this person right here. Save a Negro life. Now, what are the people in the chat? I'm gonna say, how did she save your life, GNT? I mean, save a Negro life. Almost died right there in the restaurant. So we went to what city is that with all them damn casinos and the lights? That's right. We went to Las Vegas. I was out there repping AAU trying to make some money, have a good time, and Nia and I just wanted to go. So we out there in Vegas. One particular day, I guess the new wave is this marijuana stuff. You know, they got the, and I'm not talking about the smoking marijuana. They got the marijuana where they put it in brownies, they put it in cookies, they put it in lotion and ointments and all this other stuff. They even put marijuana in some candy. So little did I know, I'm a big candy person. I love my candy, you know, my Skittles, my Starbursts, my Sour Patches, my Warheads. I love my candy. So we went out to Planet 13. Planet 13. So we out there, Planet 13. They got all these marijuana products. So I get me a nice bag of candy, you know, because I want to see what this candy tastes like. So I'm eating candy. I'm eating this marijuana candy like it's Starburst, like it's Skittles. And you're not supposed to be eating marijuana candy like Starburst. You're only supposed to eat one marijuana candy maybe 2 marijuana candies. GMT done ate the whole bag of marijuana candies out there in Las Vegas. It's 120 degrees because we go out there during the summertime. So we went to, what's that one restaurant? What's that one restaurant with the famous kitchen cook? Ramsey's Kitchen, I think it is. We went to his restaurant on this particular day. And I ordered, what did I order? I know one of the dishes was the macaroni. And I think the other dish was maybe a steak or something. Neon Eyes had what she had, so I'm in there. I done ate a whole bag of marijuana candy within the last 2-3 hours. So I am fucked up. I am like a dope fiend and don't even know it. Don't even. So I'm sitting there focused on this bowl of macaroni. Focused on this. I'm not talking to nobody. I don't care about what they got on TV. I'm in a restaurant full of white folks just eating macaroni. And as I'm eating this macaroni, it's like somebody's putting more macaroni on my plate. So I'm just focused on eating this macaroni. I got a little drink, maybe some steak. I don't remember. All I remember was the bowl of macaroni. Gordon Ramsay's kitchen. That day, them cooks made some of the best macaroni. Rico Young says like that Eminem song. Never meant to eat the whole bag. I done ate the whole bag. So I'm focused eating this macaroni. Then all of a sudden, I start choking on the macaroni. I'm choking on the macaroni in a restaurant full of white folk. Neon Eyes is sitting right here next to me. I'm choking on the macaroni. So as I started choking, I thought about tapping the white man that was sitting next to me because we were sitting at the bar. Then I said, nah, he not gonna help me. So I turned to Neon Eyes and I give her the I'm choking signal. So Neon Eyes get up out of her chair. She come behind me and she gonna do the Heimlich maneuver. And the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, Neon is high on these drugs, just like I'm high on these drugs. Ain't no way she gonna be able to help me. And as I gave Neon the choking signal and I'm making the noise and I'm choking, none of the white folks realize that your boy GMT is choking. I'm sitting there like, damn, I'm gonna end up dying here. So Neon Eyes give me the first pump. First pump don't do nothing. And at that time, I done almost panicked because all these white folks out here and they got no idea that your boy GMT is choking and Neon Eyes, she high on marijuana, THC, candy as well. So as she's giving me the second pump, I said, GMT, this might be it. You I'm gonna have to, put a little into it myself to get this macaroni out of my goddamn throat. So she give me the second pump, and then I pump, and by the grace of God, the macaroni gets dislodged from my throat. As soon as the macaroni gets dislodged from my throat, I sit back down and I keep eating the macaroni. Neon Eyes sits back down and she start crying. But I'm so high and fucked up, I'm focused on eating all this macaroni. So I continue to eating the macaroni. And as I'm eating the macaroni, I'm like, damn, did I really almost choke here in this restaurant on this macaroni? And it's some good damn macaroni. And I keep eating the macaroni. Neon Eyes is sitting over there crying because she's in disbelief that I almost died in that restaurant. Rico Young says, bro, if something like that happened to me with all these new grades of cannabis, made me almost call 911. So I'm eating the macaroni, and that marijuana start kicking in, because that's that fork that I'm eating the macaroni with. It feel like it weighs 5 pounds. Then it feel like it weigh 10 pounds. Then it feel like it weigh a whole 20-pound fork, and I'm struggling to eat this macaroni. So at that point, I say, you know what? I'm done eating this macaroni. Not because the macaroni ain't good. Not because I almost choked to death on this macaroni, but this fork that these people then gave me weighed 25 pounds. So I called the waiter over for the bill. Waiter comes over with the bill and the receipt. I give her the card. She goes slap the card. Then she come back with this 20-pound pen. She came back with a 20-pound pen. Now the pen looks... Let's see if I can find it. The pen looks just like this right here, but it looked like it weighed 20 pounds. This is what happens. I guess this is what happens when you own marijuana. Now I see why them potheads can't get shit done. Because regular objects look heavier than a motherfucker. So she come back with this 20-pound pen. I'm sitting there like, damn, how am I gonna sign this receipt? She done gave me a 20-pound pen. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I said, oh, I got neon eyes right. So I said, can you sign this? Can you sign this? And I had neon eyes sign the bill tab. So then we about to walk outside, and that marijuana, the weight of the THC and the cannabis, I mean, it done fucked me up, because they got this big glass door, and that glass door looked like it weighed 200 pounds. I walk up to the door like, damn, how am I gonna open this 200-pound glass door? So somebody else either open it going inside, and as the door is swung open, is about to close, I literally got in the stance and tried to shove it, because in my mind, that's a $200 glass pound door right there. So I literally, with all my might, okay, it wasn't that bad. And then we get outside, and that marijuana, that THC is kicking in, because now it feels like literally somebody's pushing the back of my neck over, and I'm getting ready to do the classic marijuana K2 dope fiend lean. Now I understand how when you see them dope fiends and they be like this in the middle of the street, I see why, because it literally feels like somebody's pushing you from your neck and your shoulders and trying to prevent you from standing straight up. So I said, damn, I gotta go take a seat. So I go take a seat, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, when is this THC gonna go away? Neon Eyes is over there being Neon Eyes. She higher than a motherfucker too. So I'm like, we got to get home. We got to get back to the hotel room. So we had parked in the Caesar's Palace parking garage. So we gotta walk through Caesar's Palace. Now I don't know about you, but y'all that been in Caesar Palace, when you walking through these different casinos, everything looked the same. So my head is spinning. It feel like we walking in circles, but somehow we make it back to the parking garage. We get to the parking garage, took us hella long to find the car. We get to the car, it feel like it's 120 degrees. I mean, it's already above 100. So I'm sitting there, damn, how am I going to drive this car all the way back to the hotel under the influence of marijuana? We sat in the car for about a good 15 to 20 minutes just so I could gather my thoughts because the steering wheel looked heavy, the shifter looked heavy, the gas pedal looked heavy. So I sat in the car. We sat in the car for a good 15, 20 minutes, and by the grace of God, we made it back to the hotel room. We didn't get pulled over. We didn't get into a car accident. But now we got to talk about your girl, Neon Eyes. We got to talk about your girl, Neon Eyes. I'm just sitting there chilling. I said, what's in Neon Eyes' background? I ain't never checked Neon Eyes' background. Never thought to check it. Seemed like a good girl. Seemed like a responsible individual from what I was told. So I'm gonna ask the people in chat the first question we gonna ask. First question we gonna ask. How old do you think Neon Eyes is? That's the first question. For all the people in the chat, and answer me that question. I want to see what everybody say because people should know about Neon Eyes, even though she ain't been in the space for the last year. Maybe life's caught up with her. I have no idea. But how old do you think Neon Eyes is? Rico Young says smoking weeds make you lose your ambition, doesn't want to do nothing. For me, marijuana made the easiest of tasks much, much more difficult. Okay, so people are putting stuff in the chat. People are putting stuff. People are putting numbers in the chat now. When I did my research, maybe I heard wrong. Maybe I was focused, Maybe I was focused on the pretty smile, the good hair, the light skin. Maybe I was focused on and I didn't hear clearly. I thought she was what Bill Clinton put in the chat. I thought she was around that age. As it turns out, she's around what Leonard put in the chat. So maybe when she told me she was 25, maybe she said 35. I have no idea. So I'm gonna say that's on me. I'm gonna say that's on me. Maybe I heard wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. But then when we go over, when I went to, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see. Nothing's coming up. Okay. There it go right there. Now for protections and everything, we're not gonna show her personal information. Her birthday appears to be in the correct month. When we go down and look at what we see, what I saw, what I did not know, it looks like there's a bunch of what they would call, let's see, my phone's going off real quick. Let's see why the phone's going off real quick. Okay. Nothing. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see this. Please support the show. Hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, support the show. But when we go back and look, there's a bunch of these. What should I call it? There's a bunch of these, small little charges, small little driving stuff. Let me go ahead and read them. I won't show, but I'll go ahead and read them. I go ahead and read them. So in '06, there's a. Let me see. 2006, we got something real small. One of them non-obscured, defaced, improper, I guess, display of something. I have no idea. I guess it's a traffic offense. Then we got a reckless driving. Then we got a driving while intoxicated. Then we got a fail to identify, giving false fictitious info. Then we got a resist arrest, search, and a criminal trespass. So there's all these, these small little stuff that really don't mean that I didn't know. I didn't know. Man, I mean, if I did know, would I have still dated? Of course, we really don't care about a driving while intoxicated. We don't care about a reckless while driving. We don't care about giving false, fictitious information to an officer, especially. Oh no, I want to show that. Especially when you look like that. Especially we don't care about none of that. Rico says Neon looks good for her age, but GMT is that game changer situation. He's asking if the game changer situation was real. I will say this: Neon Eyes never accused Game Changer of sexual assault. Game Changer did not sexually assault Neon Eyes, and I'll leave it at that. If you want more information on that situation, you go talk Neon Eyes. She got a channel. Every once in a while, she's in the space. She may answer, she may not answer your questions, but she did not accuse Game Changer of sexual assault, and Game Changer did not sexually assault Neon Eyes. There was some other stuff that happened that I don't want to get into because that's not this what this show was about. So that was that person, and then we got to move on to a different person. I won't show this person's picture. I'm gonna keep this one on the down low. I'm gonna keep this one on the down low, but I got to go. I got to go to the trusty old Facebook. Got to go to the good old trusty Facebook, because this other individual, you gotta go over Facebook real quick. Let me see if I can pull said person up. Okay. Because this is also why. Let me see. What was the date on this? Okay, that was the date on that. Okay, are we back? We should be back. Okay. I didn't do my homework. I should have did my homework. Let me see. Okay. I got everything I need on the back end. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. He said Facebook equals fake book. Ben Garcia, did she sexually? No, she did not sexually assault me. So this next person, I won't say their name, but GMT flew. This person you may see on YouTube from time to time, but I flew out to an undisclosed location, undisclosed location. Now you guys know GMT. GMT has a thing for. Let me see if I could pull it up. Nope, I took it down. GMT has a thing for, the light skinned sisters. I got a thing for the light skinned sisters. Don't know what it is. They just look good to me. On this particular situation, we didn't deal with a light skinned sister. We went to the motherland. That's right. We went to the motherland. We got ourselves, black of the berry, sweet of the juice type. One of them type joints. Switching it up. Trying something new. We gonna give love to the soul sisters out there, Ben Garcia. We're gonna give love to the soul sisters, Rico Young. We gonna go to the dark side. So we was talking to said girl. Said girl, was married, didn't have kids out of wedlock, got a divorce and all that, is willing to go out there on the date market to see what life brings. Getting ready to see what life brings. So one day I was minding my own business, wasn't talking to nobody, just minding my own business, going to work. Then all of a sudden, I get a message, and the message says, "Do you want to join our panel and play this so-called dating game?" Now, y'all Negroes know I don't like joining y'all Negroes panels, because I don't know what y'all Negroes be on, what y'all Negroes could get me to mix in. So, and then during the whole conversation, after the whole so-called dating show, because I kind of knew what it was, but I'm just doing me, and I'm on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for a light-skinned sister, so I wouldn't think about nobody else. And then said girl says, I think you're cute, I like you and such stuff, this, that, and the third. So we start talking. She tells me, she just got out of a divorce, had a kid, is out there, living the good life as a single woman. Now, no offense to the single mothers out there, because this Tasha is a single mother. No offense to the single mothers out there, but I saw the problems dealing with single mothers, because I've been dealing with this person. Hold on. Before I get into this unnamed YouTube girl, I was dealing with this person. And then real life of cyberspace came along. This person right here did not have their stuff together, so your boy GMT exercised them options. Went to South Carolina for a couple of weeks, things didn't turn out. Had to come back to your girl over here, she been calling me when I was in South Carolina, did not answer the phone. Came back to California after that relationship fell through. She gonna call me talking about Where you been? Why you ain't answering my phone calls? My dumb ass. I'm gonna say, well, I moved out to South Carolina. But what you doing all the way out South Carolina, GMT? Why did you go to South Carolina and not tell me? I said, well, you wasn't acting right. I almost went out in South Carolina and almost ended up getting married. Had to break it down to him just like that, Will Clinton. Hey, you not acting right. Went out to South Carolina, almost got married. So we was off and on for a while. Then we were off, but back to unnamed content creator. We got Dan Garcia, did thing. Suck your balls, GMC. They didn't. They never love you. People ask him with the dumbest questions in the chat. That's why I stay out of chat. So I'm dealing with an unknown person. Flew out before I flew out. Went out there, single mother. I had a good idea what it was gonna be, but that person's child was with the grandparents somewhere. So I said that this may be a chance, get away from the kids. Maybe something can happen. Let's see what happens. So we get flown out. Won't say where, but we get flown out. Beautiful part of the world. Got beaches, sand, good downtown. Now it's becoming a shithole because of the homeless people, but still good place. And it's a city that I've never been to, and I'm gonna check out that city because it's got the beaches, it's got the good life, So we go out there. We go out there. Oh, I gotta tell you. Oh man. We get picked up at the airport. You gotta make a good first impression. Hold on, let me see if I can stop the show real quick. Cause you gotta make a good first impression. Let me see if I can pull up the video real quick. Cause some BWs don't know. You gotta make a good first impression. Let me see it as this ad plays real quick. You gotta make a good first impression. So we gonna go this video real quick because when I met your girl. Hold on, people. Is that right there? Okay, gotta make sure. Cause people gonna be nosy. When I was out there with neon eyes and I picked her up in the Corvette right here.
Sneak down there and set fires and call on Freddy Krueger and do weird stuff down there. Yeah, they
picked up your girl neon eyes in the Corvette. When you pick up your potential significant other, I'm picking them up Corvette. I'm gonna give you the loud exhaust. The Corvette gonna be polished. Corvette gonna be clean. When it comes to some of these BWs, when they pick you up for the airport, first impressions, your car gotta be on point. Now I understand, everybody ain't got money to buy Ferraris and Lambos and Porsches and Paganis and McLarens and this, that, and third. But I got picked up by said individual. Car was a little rough, but that's okay. Car could be a little rough, but we get in the car, and this was the first red flag. We done get in the car, and you know how cars got the cup holder, Will Clinton. These cars got the cup holder. You're supposed to put your drink in the cup holder. This individual got water in the cup holder. I mean, the cup holder filled up with water. And that water been in that cup holder for so long that that water is giving off the smell of mildew. So we get in the car. We want to go to the restaurant, you know, get something to eat, you know, something to go. We go down to the burrito joint, you know. We can't put our cups in the cup holder because the cup holder is filled up with water. So this girl trying to show me around town. We gotta drive in the car, but the cup holder is filled up with water. So eventually we go to In-N-Out Burger, and when we go order to drive-thru line at In-N-Out Burger, I had to tell this person, ask that person for as many napkins as she can give you, so you could put the napkins in the cup holder so we could get that water up out of that goddamn cup holder. So we eventually got the water up out of that cup holder. Now we showed me around town, you know, we went to different restaurants, ate and all this other stuff. Time was good, had a good time. Came back home. She was supposed to come back up here. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, she didn't hit me back. We stopped talking, blah, 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 whatnot. We didn't talk to each other, you know. Last 4 or 5 months, she said she was busy with work, you know. Seemed like the money could have been a little bit funny, but you know, everybody out here living check to check, you know, hustling, bustling, trying to get by. I don't put that on. I understand people got their own situations, this, that, and the third. But this is where you gotta have, you know, you gotta have some train, you gotta have some common decency. You gotta have some common decency, you know. You gotta have some. That's problem when you out here in the day where people ain't got common decency no more. You know. You make friends with them, take them out. You know, you buy them dinners. Go to this restaurant, you pay the tab. You know, you give them a little gas money while you're out there. You know, have a good time. You know. They say they want to come back up to where you live and see you, you know. And then they stop talking. For whatever reason, they stop talking to you. Oh, but we all know. We all know, Will Clinton. Them winters get cold, Will Clinton. Them winters get cold, Bad Garcia. Oh, winters will come for a nigga from nowhere. So I'm just sitting back, going to work, you know, living my life, doing what I'm doing. Let me see if I can pull up said message because I want to be able to read it. I want to be able to read it word for word. Show y'all Negroes how cold the game is. Let me see if I can find it. Sliding down. Let me see. Okay. So it was about a good 4 or 5 months where we really didn't have a talk. So out of the blue, your boy get a message. Now, I wasn't unlikely to mess from this person. You know, whenever something big happened in YouTube, she would send me the video of certain stuff that was happening in Black YouTube. But on this day, I got a message. That's right, a message from a woman who's divorced with a kid, and the message says, "Hey, I'm very embarrassed to ask this and ashamed, but my water for my condominium has been turned off. Is there any amount of money you can lend me to the first?" Oh, we all get the text message. The winners are cold, Will Clinton. We got Will Clinton says a lot of niggas is watching in the clouds. All the winners are cold, Will Clinton. Somebody need a little bit of money because you know they can't get by, you know. The things get a little hard. And I'm like, out of all the people in the world, why does GMT get the tag? Why these Negroes keep asking GMT for money? It was another Negro hit me up for $50. Said you pay me the $50 by tomorrow. Tomorrow came, he didn't hit me up. I hit him back on Facebook. He said he'd pay me tomorrow. No, he asked me for some more money. After he didn't pay me the money that he said he's going to pay me the next day, he had the nerve to ask me for some more money. For some more money. He really thought after he said he's going to pay me the next day, he really thought GMT was going to give him some more money so he could not pay me back again the next day. You see, I'm tired of dealing with y'all Negroes. This person right here, love asking your boy for some money. Somebody would pop her tires to her car. I get a car early in the morning. Can you come over here? Somebody slash my tires. Can you help pay me to get some new tires? We got to go over there. I had to see that somebody done slashed one of the tires. We got to go to the tire shop to pay some tires. This person like that. Hey man, the rent. We got no money for the rent. Can you give me a couple of $100 for the rent? The first time you get it, no questions asked. First time, no questions asked. You need a little bit of money, okay. First time, no questions asked. Give her a couple of $100 for the rent. Next month come, GMT, we got no money for the rent. They're talking about evictions. Can you give us a couple of $100 for the rent? I said, oh, I gave you rent money last month. Now you're asking me for rent money this month when you should be paying me back for the rent money I just gave you. Why can't you pay your rent? If I give you the couple of $100 for this month's rent, are you going to be able to pay next month's rent? Because GMT cannot afford to be paying everybody's rent. I got enough money to pay the rent in this $1 million house. I cannot be paying everybody's rent. I can't be paying everybody's light bill. I can't be borrowing and lending money to everybody. If you need to borrow money, what y'all Negroes gotta do is you gotta go to a bank and you gotta apply for a loan. But a lot of you Negroes, your credit is fucked up, so you can't go to the bank and apply for a loan. So you looking for a sucker like me to lend money to that you know you not gonna pay back. But the first time somebody asked me, you asking money for the first time. You get the money, a reasonable amount, no, nothing more than $100. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving Negroes, well, at that time, I'm giving Negroes nothing more than $100. Now, I ain't giving y'all Negroes nothing. You ask me for money now, y'all Negroes ain't getting nothing because. Let me see if I can find it, because Negroes like her, this Negro that I'm talking about now, the Negro who hit me on Facebook, friends in the past. I'm not lending none of y'all Negroes no more money. You used to get the first time, no questions asked, less than $100. So this person sends me that message. Let me see if I can go back to thread. I say, sure, you got Cash App. So when this person says, sure, you got Cash App, she sends me a screenshot of said Cash App. But there's a problem with the screenshot of the Cash App that she sent me. And I peeped this as soon as I seen it. I peeped it. You know when you talking to somebody on Facebook Messenger and you get a message from them and there's a circle head that you're talking to, that you've been talking to with somebody on Facebook Messenger, and the only way that circle head go away is if you drag it down to the bottom or punch it out of the screen so it's no longer there. Let me get something to drink. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. We got Van Garcia says White Knight Simp GMT. I'm a little thirsty. Let me get some water. So you guys know the Facebook Messenger when you get the little circle head and you've been talking to somebody. So when I get this screenshot, there's a circle head of a Negro male in there. So she's been talking to another Negro male. Now I don't know if this Negro male is her brother, a co-worker, father, cousin, uncle, wherever this Negro may be. I'm sitting there like, why didn't she ask that Negro for some money? I mean, she ain't talked to me a couple of months. She ain't talked to your boy GMT in a couple of months. And then when she was about to ask, you know, these Negroes, you know, the game was a little off. They not thinking right. They don't ask you how your day was, how you been doing. Sorry I ain't talked to you in a while. They just come out. GMT, I need some money, you know, bill. I need to pay these bills. Can you give me some money? Then she sent me the Cash App with another Negro head up. You shouldn't ask that Negro for some money, but I already said sure. So I believe I sent her. Hold on, let me go back to the message. Let me see. So she asked me, is there any amount, this is April 21st. She says, is there any money amount you can lend me till the 1st? So I'm assuming 1st of the month is April 21st. And by the time May 1st come, she gonna send me my $100 back. Because I need that $100. I'm building a race car from the streets. I'm trying to build a track car. I gotta pay rent in this $1 million house. I gotta buy crypto. I gotta buy stocks. I got bills. I need that $100, and I want that $100 by the 1st. So I send her said money. She says, thank you. I'm truly appreciative. I say you're welcome. This really helps. Then after I sent her $100, this is when I knew. This is when I knew I wasn't gonna get my $100 back. because all these women, especially her. But this girl right here, if I seem mean, if I seem not nice, if I see more red pill, it's because of this woman right here. Because this woman would have sob story after sob story as to why she needed some more money. Sob story. And what these women like to do, I don't know if this is a BW thing. Whenever they behind on their bills or they need money for this, that, and the third, when they ask you for money, they never tell you how much money they need. They can't say, my water bill is $230. Can you loan me $230? My light bill is $100.25. I have $70. Can you give me the extra $55 so I can pay the light bill? What these women like to do, I'm not sure if this is a BW thing. When these women ask you for money, they never tell you exactly how much money they need. And every time dealing with these BWs, when you give them what you feel comfortable giving, because you got to budget your own money, you got your own bills, you got to pay, you trying to invest your own money, so you can't just give these BWs a whole lot of money, especially when you know they ain't good for it to pay you back. You know, you get in these relationships and they start asking you to borrow some money from you. You give them the money that they said they wanted borrowed. And then when you ask for said money back, you're my boyfriend. I don't have to pay you back. You're supposed to be my boyfriend. Why you asking me for the money that I said I was going to pay you back for? Isn't that what they do, Buster Free Drones? Isn't that what they do, Buster Free Jones? Isn't that what they do, Leonard? They ask to borrow some money. You let them borrow some money. Then when it's time for them to pay you back, they don't want to pay you back. Oh, but let me go back to the message. This is how I knew I wasn't going to get my $100 back on the first. So after I give her the $100, let me see. So I gave her the money at approximately $12.56. I instantly, within a minute, gave her the money at $2.22. This is when I knew I wasn't getting my $100 back. Because I then gave her $100. She then asked me, can you send me another $100? That's when I knew I wasn't getting my $100 back. In fact, I knew that I wasn't getting $100 back when she asked me, can you send me another $100? I didn't even respond because I went through that same shit with this girl right here. She would, can you give me some money for rent? I need to feed my daughter. I got no money for food. Can you send me some money? I need this, that, and the third. Can you send me some money? And then you send them what you're comfortable giving them, what you feel like you could lose, and it be set aside. And then they ask, and then they would tell you, there's not enough money. You know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta pay for this, my cell phone bill, that. You didn't send me enough money. And then when you say, hey, that's all the money I could give you, then they want to get mad at you. All them thank yous and I appreciate you. The minute you don't give them some money, then they want to get mad at you. So when old girl said, "Can you send me an extra $100?" Oh, my red pill kicked in because I learned it from her. The reason why you didn't get an extra $100 is because of this person right here. If this person would have conducted herself as a responsible individual and said, "GMT, I need $50 for this, I need $200 for that," then I gave her the $200 and she would have repaid the $200, I would have had the extra $100 to give you. But since this woman, when she would ask for $100 or when she would ask for money and I would give her $100, then she would ask for an extra $50 or an extra $70, and sometimes I would be dumb enough to give her that extra $50 or $70. She would never pay that money back. And if I was to have a financial hardship, I couldn't ask that person for money. Because this person would not give me $20 to save her own life. So when old girl I'm talking about on Facebook asked for the extra $100, I immediately thought of her and I said, oh, no, I will not be sending an extra $100. So then what happened? What else happened? The thread says, then she sent this at 2:22. Then at 3:09, she says, "Not needed. I'm all good, but thank you. They took what I gave them." And then what ended up happening? Allegedly, old girl who I'm talking about that remains anonymous, because we gotta protect the identity. Rico Young says that's when you lost her. She was talking to you for the sucker. That's why nice guys always finish last. When you treat them like trash, they love you more. Could be right. So then old girl who asked for the $100 for the water bill for her condominium, I guess her Facebook got hacked. So next month, the first May 1st came by and went. May 5th come. I get a message. "What's up? How you doing?" Let me see. She texts me, "Hey, what's up?" I say, "What's up? How you doing?" Thinking I'm gonna get my $100 back. Maybe a couple of days late, but I'm gonna get my $100 back. She says, "I'm doing well, thanks." Then the person wrote, "Can I get $100 or $150 from you till tomorrow morning? I'll pay you back. I'm going to give it back to you by tomorrow morning." Then I respond, "You sure?" Because the reason I respond, "You sure?" because April 21st you asked me for $100, said you would pay me back by the 1st, or made it to believe I'll be paid back to the 1st. It's May 5th, and you've asking for $100 and $150. Then she called me. For some reason I didn't answer. Then I said LOL. Don't make me come find you. I said, "Yes, I'm here." Then she says, "Okay, I promise I won't fail. I'll pay you back first thing tomorrow morning." Then she says, "You gonna give me $200 in the morning." Now she just asked me for $100 and $150. Now this person is asking me for $200. I respond. I said, no, I respond, you gonna give me $200 in the morning? And she says, sure, because you already owe me $100. I say, that's okay. She says, that's okay. If you want an interest for helping, I know I owe you. I said, you said you was going to pay me on the first. You went missing. LOL. You sure you good? Is life good? Because it's unlike this person to be asking me for all this money. Because whenever people who you ain't been really talking to, because April 21st, gave her the money, gave her $100. She said she would pay me back on the first. 23rd, didn't say nothing. 24th, didn't say, hey GMT, how you doing? 25th, hey GMT, how you doing? 26th, how you doing GMT, how's life going? 27th, hey GMT, I've been thinking about you. I hope everything is you out there achieving. No, this is another problem. It's another problem with these B-dubs right here. You loan them money, then they could go weeks and months without even talking to you. They don't even ask you how you doing. But when they ask for money to help pay for their bills, they expect for you to give them. So when she asked for this $100, since I already had her Cash App, I just cashed after the $100. But her Facebook got hacked and I didn't know. So I said, so I had just sent her. She says, I promise this time, how can you send? I had already sent her the $100. So I tell her, check your notifications. She says, what notification? I say, Cash App. Can you cancel it? I don't use it no more. I'll give you another one. I said, I already sent it to the Cash App. Can't cancel it. It won't let me. It won't let me get the money. Can you send another 100 to another Cash App? I'll pay you back all the $300 by tomorrow. I say, what's wrong with your Cash App? My Cash App been frozen. Can you? I said, hold on. I'm on support with Cash App because I'm trying to get the refund because I know you Negroes ain't good for no $300. You Negroes ain't good on $50. I know you Negroes. So unfortunately, I found out that her Facebook got hacked. And the real person who I sent to the original Cash App, when I requested the Cash App back, she sent me back and she told me on Instagram how her Facebook got hacked. And she was, trying to figure out why I cashed after $100. So I explained to her, yeah, this is what I took a screenshot of the messages on Facebook and said, yeah, my Cash App got hacked. That person isn't me. So she sent me back the $100 that I sent by mistake to this hacker, but she never sent me the original $100 that she said she would pay me back May 1st, June 1st, July 1st, August 1st. It's been 3.5 months. GMT is still looking to get the $100 that I'm owed. So I know this person is watching in the chat because we recently talked to each other on somebody else's channel on a late night stream. This person knows they owe me $100. Said they would pay me back on the first. Still hasn't paid your boy back. Still ain't paid your boy back. I know this person is watching. I know you're watching right now. When Negroes don't pay me back their money, I'm supposed to expose them. But since you showed me around town and we had a good time and you was a good host, I'm letting you live. So when this whole situation happened with this $100, I got to thinking. I got to look up this person's background. Maybe I could get a better explanation as to why I haven't gotten my $100 back. So what did I do, Rico Young? What did I do, Leonard? What did I do, V-Dub Boogie? I do a background check on this person. I mean, because I've been told a lot of things, you know. I've been told a lot of things. I was led to believe that this person is a responsible individual. This person's handling their business. This is supposed to be one of these black girl magic type of females. So I'm sitting back. And I said, let me go ahead and type this person in. So I go to my good old, hold on, be right here. I go to my good old Kids Live Safe, and this person is the first person with that name that pops up. I slide down, everything looks good. All the information is how I expect the information to come out. Addresses match up. Then I come down, and then we go to warrants and arrests and charges, and there's nothing there. And then there's appears to be a lien. Appears to be a 2000 tax lien, but that was back in 2018, so that's a thing of the past. That's probably before the pandemic. And then I slide down and there's a foreclosure. No. So I click on the foreclosure and I recognize the address because that was the address that we stayed at. So I Googled the house and it's the same building, same house. And I look at this foreclosure and the date is February 13th, the original loan recording date, February 13th, 2023, and the record recording date is June 14th, 2023. And I'm like, oh, that's why I didn't get my $100 on the first. This person is going through a little bit of a financial problem at the moment. So I didn't feel as bad as I didn't get my $100 back because you know people having hard times out here in the world, you know, paying their bills. People got families, they got this expense, they got that expense. So I said, oh, okay, I understand. I understand why I didn't get my $100 back. Winter has came. Winter has came. But I sat back. You know, I sat back, you know, because we always gotta we gotta dig deeper and this is one of those days, this probably this month. I actually have the resources where I could do a deep dive. You know, we pulled up Mr. Fantastic's foreclosures papers, you know. Even though we didn't look at his foreclosure, we didn't do a deep dive because Mr. Fantastic said, you know, he fought off the foreclosure and it was dismissed. And when we looked at the disposition or the final ruling, we saw that the foreclosure was dismissed. So we took Mr. Fantastic at his word. So I said, hold on. This girl told me she did an armed robbery. When I went on Kids Live Safe, that armed robbery wasn't there. So I thought this girl lied about doing armed robbery. So I said, let me go to Unicourt. Let me go to Unicourt and put this Negro name in the search and see what we can find. That's right. That's exactly what I said. I got to know. I got to know. I got to know. So I went to the search. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? Well, I went to the search and I tapped in the name. I saw a couple of things. What did I see specifically? Well, first thing I saw was a family marriage dissolution / divorce. That's right. Oh, we done found the divorce papers. Oh, we found the divorce papers. I said, yeah, that's cold-blooded. Because you know when you dealing with these so-called single mothers, you know, there's the father side of the story, there's the mother side of the story, and then there's the court side of the story. And I was feeling a little bit nosy because Negroes and owed me $100, said they would pay me on the first. Then when the first came, they turned into Casper the Ghost on me. Turned into Casper the Ghost when it was time to repay back that loan. So I said, I got to click on these divorce proceeding papers, see what we can find. So I clicked on it. Looks like they petitioned divorce back in August of 2017, and it looks like the last docket date was January of 2021. So it tells you all the court stuff, but none of the documents. I can't click on none of the documents because when I go to documents, it says no documents are available to order. So I actually can't pull up the court papers. Then when I clicked on that was just line number 1. And then line number 2, it has Discover Bank versus such and such. So it looks like said person had a problem with Discovery Bank back in 2013. Now, I'm not sure if this is such and such person because there's a bunch of people with the same name, and I believe that these people are different because they're in different states, and I know where this person resides from and where they came from. So I'm thinking the Discovery Bank, and I definitely know that these divorce papers is real because it has her ex-husband's name up there. And what I did, you know, I'm nosy. I want my $100. I want my $100. So I typed in husband's name on Facebook. And this person's husband was on Facebook because when I typed in his name, he was there in the Army uniform, and this person told me she had met her husband in the Army. So I went on his Facebook page and I scrolled down at some of the posts, and I seen this person with their child. He actually shared a YouTube video in which this person and their child did a YouTube video. So that's when I knew that this was her ex-husband. So you Negroes, how I know? Because people talk about divorces and what happened. I said, let me look up yo ex-husband's background. That's exactly what I did. So I typed in his name, and he got one of them ghetto names too. I won't say his name because people is gonna go look. And people's gonna look up. People's gonna look up her husband, and that's how they gonna find out it's her. And we gotta protect the identities and protect the names of certain individuals. Let's see if we could put it in here. So I didn't typed in her ex-husband's name and her husband's first name. I have to say his first name. I have to say his first name. I gotta say his first name. Action potential. He says Leonard De Jong. I did a whole investigation. So he got one of them ghetto names. His first name is Jerquavius. That's right. That's right. This person married a Jerquavius. BW's out there. Stop naming your sons Jerquavius, Quintavious, Dontavius. Stop giving your sons these ghetto names. So I looked at Jerquavius' background because this person swore up and down that her ex-husband was one of the worst men to live on the planet. So I went up and I looked at his criminal record, and I couldn't believe what I saw. I'm trying to figure out how they let this Negro in the army. I'm trying to figure out how they let this Negro in the army. Listen, we gonna do it. We gonna do it in numerical order. The first charge we got assault misdemeanor. Assault misdemeanor, pled guilty, court costs $101, probation max 24 months. That was 2008. Another one, same date, 2008. We have abduction. That's right, your boy, yeah, this person's ex-husband abducted somebody. Wow, or at least was charged with abduction. Then in 2020, we got driving with no license. 2020, we got, what's this right here? What's this right here? What's this right here? RD General Miss, I have no idea what that is. It's some misdemeanor charge. What else we got? And then we got, what else we got? Then we got eluding disregard police, a felony. So he was running from the police. He eluded a police officer. And then he had another one. It said, what does this one say? Bail violation. So it looks like he violated the terms of his bail. So I got to think. This is why it's very important that you do your backgrounds, because you could be marrying somebody who's out there assaulting people, who's out there abducting people all the way back in 2008. If you ask the right questions, maybe this person would have found out, and maybe this person wouldn't have been in that situation, and maybe this would have let this person be going through that foreclosure. I don't know. I'm just going by what I see from the paperwork. That's what your boy GMT sees from the paper. Where we got Sally in that says the army is full of criminals. So that's why it's very important to do your homework. And now when I'm looking at certain females, this, that, and third, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to kidslivsafe.com. I'm going to type in your name. I'm going to see your background. I want to know Are you out there driving drunk? Are you assaulting people? Are you abducting people? Do you have foreclosures and tax liens? Is your credit fucked up? Are people suing you? Are credit card people suing you? Because if they are, because if I would have known, if I would have known, especially with her, if I would have known, I would have walked away a long time ago. And if I would not have walked away, because I got to tell you, it's hard to walk away from something like it's hard. Hold on, let me see my phone. Let me see my phone. When's the last time I done talked to old girl? When's the last time I done talked to old girl? Last talk to this girl July 1st. Last talk to this girl July 1st. Still can't leave him. Still can't leave him alone. Still can't leave him alone. But if I would have knew what I knew now, if I would have known it back then, when they've been asking me for $100, $200, oh no, I'm not giving y'all Negroes no more money. Y'all Negroes will get no more money from me. I'm not loaning. I'm not borrowing. I don't even ask people for money. Even if I need the money, if I needed $500 for a kidney transplant, I would not ask for it. I would take my ass outside, go to work, hunched over, holding my kidneys, trying to get that extra $500. I'm not loaning no Negro. I'm done. I'm done with these Negroes, Rico Young. I'm done with these Negroes action, but I'm not loaning these Negroes, male or female. No more niggas and no more nigga bitches. I'm not loaning you no more. Do not ask GMT for a penny. Take that back. If you need $1, I will let you hold. I will let you hold $1. But anything over $1, I am not loaning you no more. Do not ask GMT. Unless only way I will let you borrow money is if in the past I borrowed money from you. There's only 3 people I borrowed money from: my father, my grandmother, and my grandfather. My grandfather and grandmother passed away a couple of years ago. So that means there's only one other person in this world I will loan money to, and that's my father, and that's only because he loaned me some money. But the rest of you Negroes, I'm not loaning no more money, because y'all Negroes don't pay it back. When you do pay it back, it's late. When you do pay it back, it's like pulling teeth, and y'all Negroes never pay interest. So if you need a loan, you need to go to Wells Fargo, you need to go to Chase Bank, Citibank, Bank of America, You need to go ask that white man if he could loan you some money. GMT is no longer loaning money. We got Rico Young says he wasn't in the army. If he did all that, I went to his Facebook page, Rico, and he's in there on base in army uniform. He's on the base in his Facebook profile picture in the army uniform, so he had to be in the army. And then he's in there with other people in the same army, so I know that's him. I know he been in the army. Army, Navy, or whatever it was. It was the blue camouflage, not the green camouflage, but the blue camouflage. But this is what's going on in these streets. Let me see if I can find my headphones, because I may want to drop the link, see if people want to come up and talk. Maybe they have some advice for a young GMT. GMT is definitely turning over a new leaf. So we're gonna drop the link. Maybe some of the Exes will pop up. Let me see if I can find my headphones. Headphones I just had. Headphones just had them. Oh, fuck. Headphones, where are they? That's crazy. Where they go? Cannot find said headphone. That's crazy. Well, I ain't gonna look for them all night. Let's see if anybody want to come up on StreamYard. We done dropped the link. Let me see if I could pin it up to the top. See if anybody wants to come up on StreamYard. Okay, looks like nobody wants to come up and talk to your boy GMT about the subject. Nobody wants to come up. Let's see, where are them headphones? Oh, they must be. I swear they're in my Corvette. My headphones are in my Corvette. That's where my headphones are. But we're gonna see if anybody wants to come up and talk to your boy GMT. He says Jalen in the clouds. We Jalen. Anybody but Jalen. Because we know Jalen. He's not going to look up the background of the information of the girls he's dating. That's what brothers, that's what you sisters need to do. You need to look at the background. You need to do background searches of the people that you're dating. I wish I would have done it a long time ago. There's been a couple of females that I'm talking to now. Put their names in Kids Live Safe. Saw some interesting, nothing major, but I'm like, okay. This may be the new way. You may have to start looking at the background of the people that you are dating. But I put the StreamYard link. The link is in the chat. For those that want to come up and join the show, we got 60 people watching and nobody wants to hit the StreamYard link. Is this what we doing? People don't want to talk to GMT no more. Yeah, and that's exactly why I stopped paying for that StreamYard subscription. Is anybody going to hit the link? Let's see. It's Action Potential. He usually hits the link. Let's see. Who else we got? We got Leonard. We got Will Clinton. Van Garcia. People usually come and hit the link. People aren't hitting the link. People show ain't hit the Cash App. People ain't hitting the link. They ain't hit the Cash App. They ain't hit the Super Chat. We may have to call this one a night. We may have to call this one a night. Nobody wants to hit the link. Very important. It's very important to do background searches on the people you're dating. It may save you a lot of heartache. I was watching the Woman's Breakdown, and they had this female up there. Let me see if I could pull up her name. Let me see if I could pull up her name real quick. Let's see, go to home, library. Okay, the Women's Breakdown. Let's see if we can find said video. The Women's Breakdown had the Queen Maker on. That's her name, the Queen Maker. Supposed to be making queens. Let me see if she's on the live stream. No, maybe it wasn't the Queen Maker. Who was? Who did that? Who did damn have on? Who did they have on? Who did they have on? Okay, there's the video. Yes, it was the Queen Maker. That they done had the Queen Maker on, and the Queen Maker was mad at B-Dubs. You see, we got Raining Woman. He says, is the name of the website kidslivsafe.com? Yes, that's the name of the website. Koja Malik. It says, missed the discussion, but good morning. Dang, it says 2 o'clock already. Damn, that's crazy. I'm wide awake, too. Okay, Rico Young says, Priscilla Clark is her name. Well, this Queen Maker, as her YouTube name is, was mad at B-Dubs, or mad at black men, BMs, because every BM that she tried to get in a relationship to was on some fuck shit. So now all the BMs are mad, and she done went up there and had a nervous breakdown. Let me see if we can find a nervous breakdown real quick. Let me turn my music up. Let me see. Let me delete some of these windows. Especially the ones that got the information up there. I think I don't need Kids Live Safe no more. Let me see. She was over there hot. Over there mad at the black man for what they have done. Let's see if we can find it. Just mad at the black man for what they have done.
Is the masculine part of a person's mind. The United States has. Without the black woman, ain't no black man. We literally are fighting on both fronts against people calling us mammies, pick-me's, male worshipers, and then on the other side.
Oh damn! This is jail. So
back it up.
Point.
Yeah.
Finish your story.
Okay. So after all this, here's the thing. It ain't me. I'm not a bad person. I'm not doing harm to nobody. I'm doing what society said need to be done to get along with niggas.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Playing the submissive role, helping the motherfucker out, and that shit ain't working.
Were you ever in love?
Motherfuckers pulling guns on me, raping me.
No, I'm not laughing at the pulling guns, and I'm definitely not laughing at the R word. But you see what happens when you don't. You see what happens when you're not doing background checks on people. If somebody pulled a gun, if somebody assaulted you, if you would have looked up said Negro's background, you probably would have seen a charge, assault with a deadly weapon, brandishing a firearm, or a miscellaneous sex crime. We got Rico Young says, Sister George and Concrete Rose exposed. That's what they said. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see the whole video, but we're gonna listen to it now.
In 2016, I was raped by somebody I was dating, and he told me, "Ain't nobody gonna believe you," because we was dating. I have had a series of experiences that tell me that what y'all talking about out here is a fucking lie when it comes to men. Because over and over and over again, me being around men, working and listening to them talk, listening and watching how they running their wives into the ground, how they cheating on them with people at the damn at the job, listening to my manager say how when his wife leave the house, he fucking her niece, right? I'm seeing all of this for years, starting at 12. And then my cousin is in jail right now because he raped some chick. And his whole life, he's been a fucking degenerate. Go in middle school, he calls himself robbing a woman, a candy lady with a damn cap gun. My cousin been degenerate this whole time. And he's been in jail for 10 fucking years now because he keeps doing degenerate shit. And people keep coming to cake for him. They sending him money. They're writing him. They flying to go visit this nigga in jail. But he been a degenerate his whole goddamn life. He's been sexually reckless since we was kids. The boy did something to me and the family didn't believe me. And they still take up for this motherfucker. Okay? Okay? So this is a pattern of male after male everywhere you turn. It doesn't matter the socioeconomic background. It don't matter. It don't matter their profession. It don't matter nothing. The last dude, a millionaire, tries to sabotage his own company to sabotage me because he's jealous of me. Because I'm so smart, I know about this industry and you need my help. So instead, you are jealous of me. You let a nigga steal out of my car. He stole a gun out my fucking car. Right? And then they worked with each other to put it back in a different place that it wasn't and act like I was the crazy one. Now this is happening.
Stop the show. You see how some of y'all Negroes do. You see how y'all Negroes do. You at the job. You cheating on your wife. You at the job talking about how you violating your niece. You pulling guns on people. You assaulting people. And this is supposed to be black men from every socio-economic level. From down here to millionaires, and y'all Negroes can't get y'all act together. Can't get y'all act together. Can't get no get right. And when somebody like the Queen Maker come up on the panel and comes up with her experience, her anecdotal evidence, y'all Negroes want to dismiss it. Y'all Negroes got all this and that and the third to say. You got all these excuses for these Negroes. And y'all see these Negroes out here. I mean, y'all Negroes is on the news every day. Y'all Negroes is on the news every day, but we gotta sit up here and pretend, especially in this space, we gotta sit up here and pretend like it ain't true. And then when I show the video, when I show the clips, when I do my doxing, when I do my exposés, y'all come in my comment section. Man, why don't you dox Cynthia G? Man, why don't you dox a female? Then today, I don't only dox said females, I dox my exes. Then I drop the link in the chat. Not one Negro come up to the show and want to talk to the GMT. Nobody want to come up to the show and talk to the Grandmaster Troll. Wait. We do have somebody who do. Is that Koja?
Hello, GMT. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on, I'm trying.
Something. I'm gonna go out and come back in because it's like StreamYard stall. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, because it looked like it was stalled for a minute on my end. But originally, Priscilla wasn't talking about black men. She was talking about men. And I noticed that they do that in these spaces. When you say men, they will misdirect. And so eventually she started talking about black men. But she said she don't really even talk about black men. She talk about men as a whole. But Negroes, as you say, were always misdirected to why you got hate for black men. It happened to me the other day. I was on a panel and I was talking about it, and I say I'm not specifically talking about black men. I'm talking about men as a whole. And I said something like men do 90% or 90 to 95% of the violent crimes, 90 to 95% of the murders or something. And I haven't checked the stats lately. And I quoted from my state because I used to go to Florida Department of Law Enforcement and pull the records of the yearly homicides. You know how they break it down by county, by gender, by race, etc. Of the known murders or homicides or I forget the other word right now, what they call it. And they were like, I wasn't talking, and I say specifically, I'm not talking about black men. And the man said, why you like, I'm not, it's the misdirection and the way to try to slight the conversation like you're talking about just black men. And I was like, no, I did. And even when you specifically say I'm not talking about black men, I'm talking about men on the whole, they'll do that. But I think people fail to properly identify what they see. And I think it's a huge thing. Like they see the stuff. The guy I went to art class with in school, we had too many other classes together, but we had art class together. And he killed a girl in the parking lot. It is hard for people to connect that with the person they went to school with and who was laughing and joking in class and didn't seem violent. And I think when we don't properly identify the stuff that's happening, and she is not, her experiences with black men, I don't know. I could just say, I have seen the same. If they haven't directly happened to me, I have seen the same happen a lot of times. Maybe I live in Florida, and Florida is just a crazy state because we just had trafficking ring bust. If you read the news or the news clips, trafficking ring bust. They just had a 14-year-old girl some 14-year-old girls that were being trafficked or whatever by some men. And for the most part, when you see these busts and stuff, if they put up 20 pictures, you may see 4 pictures of women out of the 20. So I don't think she's wrong when she talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question: of all the men that you have dated, either during the relationship before you decided to get serious, have you ever looked into doing a
Yes, I
background
have.
check on them?
I have.
And how?
And I actually, the background check is good in some ways, and I do it myself. I'll go at the clerk of the circuit court and put their name in. When I'm talking to them and we say, oh, where you grew up at or where you lived at, I'll go to the county and you can pay for the little background check. But I've heard men sit up on panels talking about the stuff they used to do is they younger, how they used to sell dope, how they used to fight and do all kinds of stuff. Then went into the army. They never got caught for it. And we all know everybody probably done committed a crime. I'm not going to say a felony. But these men sit up and talk, and they're a fucking nurse now. And I'd be like, whoa, went to the army. And the stuff they talk about they did and how they talk, I would be like, so many people slip through the crack and don't get caught for their stuff. So it's great to do the stuff that you can get the background check on. But some of the stuff I done heard men say that are supposedly just because you don't have a criminal past don't make you non-dangerous. It made me just didn't get caught. But yeah, I do support doing the background check. I don't know how deep they go on, how to dance in the dark web, but you could pay the little fee and you can go and you can, if somebody say, hey, I got such and such, you can go and put their name in your county clerk or circuit court if they've been dealing there and do the local criminal, or you can go, I think like Florida may have a website where you can get to see if people got cases and stuff. I forget the name of it, but I'm sure other states have similar to it.
Okay. When you did these background checks, did anybody come back with a criminal history? Was anybody lying about their past or anything like that?
No. Some people lied about some things, but it wasn't the criminal history. It was stuff that you couldn't really look up online. Like you can't really look up family court records. You can only look up like the dockets and stuff. So that part. But if you want to see the stuff directly, you have to go into the actual courthouse. That used to be the law. I don't know. I haven't done it for a while, so I can't say if it's been updated or not.
Okay.
In Florida, and each state have their own little specificities, but I think on the whole, family court records were not available online. They may have updated it, when the internet first came out, everybody was apprehensive or something, I guess. I don't know about the information out there. Mm-hmm. But now we have more, or maybe just they get uploaded as fast. Okay. So I don't think what Priscilla was saying was abnormal. I think it's actually right on par. But I do know different people live different experiences.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it wrong for somebody who has a lived experience and they had a not positive lived experience? Is it fair for them to put that non-positive lived experience on a whole gender of people?
For me, when somebody say was on the fuckery, I'm ashamed, blame, and explain. So I say these hoes. I say, listen. When we are committing 90% of the violent crime, and my stats may be a little off, maybe we 85, but last time I had checked, and I haven't checked in a while because I checked out of looking and listening to politics and following that stuff after the election of Trump. After Biden won, I kind of checked out, so I haven't been up to date in the last 3-4 years. But when she's not lying. When you go see the violent crimes that happen, when you go see the majority of crimes that happen outside, I want to say most of it is men. So sitting up here saying when women are doing 80% of when women start committing 90% of the murders and stuff, then we'll have to look at them and say, hey, when they go to committing 90% of the grapes and the this and the that, then you could go and say, hey, so but right now, as it sits, when we see human trafficking, when we see all this stuff, it's like they took this 14-year-old girl, shot her up with methamphetamine, and then did this stuff. When they did this bust of this multi, like it was I forget the number, 40 something people arrested in a child pornography sting that reached to Australia. The majority of it's for men. It's not a woman thing. So you can talk about us about some of the things we do, but the violence and stuff that is going on and being perpetrated. And when her saying stay away from some of these men, she's not lying. You might not like the truth, but the truth is the truth. It may be ugly, and you may not like the way she deliver it, but it's absolutely true. When you go to the stats.
Yep. I believe she has a few solid points. Looks like Tony Ampams, he doesn't believe you. Well, anybody in the chat, you could
Well, he could go to FDLE. He could go to his state. Like, when you could go to the Department of Corrections. You can look at all the people in prison. You could isolate it by murders or homicide. So what's the other one? Murder, homicide. I can't forget. I forget the name right now. I'm having a brain fart of the lesser one. Manslaughter. And then you look at it by gender, not even race, and you see who the majority belong to. If I had a stock tip and I say this stock is slated to do 85%, it's going to double your money, or 90% is going to double your money, and this stock over here 5%, there's a 5% chance you might get a return, you're going to go with the one that got the 90 to 95% chance. You're not going to even really look at the one with the 5% chance. It's not what we do. So if, like I said, in a human trafficking ring, I'm not saying those 4 people aren't accountable. Maybe if it's 40. But the overwhelming majority of it is not that. So I'm not going to say they're not going to get convicted or whatever, because they absolutely should. But they're not the entirety of the problem. If you get rid of that 90%, the 10% would be minuscule or will probably dissipate.
Okay.
So, but they want to keep saying these women. Mm-mm.
Well, you got some final words for us? I might play a little bit more of the video, then I might shut down the stream.
Final words. Look in the mirror, look at self, look at the statistics, take your feelings out of it. Go to these sites that are not gender based. That don't have no, just look at the straight numbers. And when you look at the straight numbers and you can come back and honestly say that, then you may have a point. But if you go to these sites like Department of Corrections in any state, Florida Department of Law Enforcement collects our crime data. You can break it down. Go to these sites. And then when you come back and say, nah, women doing 90% of this stuff, or even 51%, come back and we'll have the discussion. But to then, y'all don't really have no argument other than making it personal. Y'all want to talk about the subjective, not you, GMT, but the subjective rather than the numbers. And they never address the fact that 95% of the stuff is being done by men, and why this violence exists. Do they get the news clips? Do they read every day a woman, mother of 8, was taken out? And I think she was married, mother of 7, taken out by her husband. Lady running down the stairs, trying to get away from the man who killed her when she was pregnant. Do they read this stuff and then they want to find and say you should have chose better? How do you vet if a person going to be a good parent? Because I'm sure when you're together, they're saying, oh, I'm going to do this here. You don't know till after the fact. A lot of stuff we don't know till after the fact, but after you've been tested. But things about children is a little bit more serious, but some things you don't know. You don't know when you go by that car off the say when you go and buy that car, you don't know if you're getting a dud or not till after you buy it. Then for somebody to come around and say, well, you should have vetted. Well, I purchased a new car with a warranty. How would I know that it was going to be one of the ones that the small percentage that had defects in it? You don't know. So that's it, GMT. I'm going to go on mute and let you do what you do. Or if you want me to drop down, let me know.
Okay. I'll probably review the video, so you be fine on mute. Let's see if we can go back to a little bit of this video. So this is why you gotta do them background checks. It's called a so when you buy a car, it's called a pre-inspection. So the mechanic will take the car that you're buying, he'll be able to look to see the fluid, oil fluid, if it's been changed, if the car's well maintained, or the bearings good, or the control arm's good. You could save yourself a headache, but it seems like a lot of people ain't doing background checks, and this is what they getting right here.
Happening with a motherfucking millionaire who's running a company. You're doing this at your own goddamn company. It's something wrong with men. It doesn't matter their economic status. It doesn't matter if they're Pookies and Ray Rays. It doesn't matter if they're short or fucking tall. And so after learning all of this stuff and keep getting the same thing for 25 years, for 25 motherfucking years, it's the same shit over and over. At this point, I have got to now say, what's the problem? Is it me? Or is it something wrong with men?
Let me ask you this question. I've had similar experiences with men. Mm-hmm. I won't sit here and lie. I won't sit here in front to you. I've also had some real fucked up experiences with women. Have you had any fucked up experiences with women?
Nope, nobody but my mama. Nobody but my mama. And let me tell you, let me tell you some of the experiences that I've had.
And tried to revert the conversation back to women, but I think somebody came on StreamYard. Nope, nobody came on StreamYard. I thought I heard a beat. Let's go back and play it some more.
With random women, because I've always been a tomboy, and I've always kind of stayed to myself, really. And most of my friends were male. You know, I was in the military. All right, I worked in the car industry, and I've not really had bad experiences with women. The only thing with me and women is because I was a tomboy and I rapped and I was kind of quiet and stayed to myself. I didn't really mesh with them because we didn't have nothing in common. But my high school friends, I still keep in contact with them. When things went bad for me, my best friend was a white chick who I'm still in communication with. My other friend, I'm still in communication with her. Women have not done to me what men have done. Now, my mom, she's something else with her, because my mom went through a lot of trauma growing up, right? And so we could sit up here and act like, back in the day, family was really good, but let's keep it a buck. My grandpa was whooping my grandma's ass, beating her, right? She had 8 grandkids, beating the fuck out my grandma. And one day she got tired and hit him upside his head with a fucking magazine rack, right? My other grandmother, my dad's father stabbed her 8 times and was sexually molesting my aunt. Yeah. So yeah. So this thing, I give a fuck about women at this point. I have done all that I can do to help these niggas. But let me tell you something. When I needed to go to college and I didn't have money at the time, it was a white woman that saw how much drive I had. It was a white woman who saw how smart I was, and she gave me a $500 book and a $300 calculator and made sure that I got what I needed when I ain't had no money, right, to go there. So it's like this. Women, when I was staying on the street, it was women, right, that helped me from here and there, right? I ain't never had no real issues with women. I've had issues with men though.
Let me ask you a question
I wanted
because
to ask her
then
something about that.
You see, she's answering all the questions the way that's gonna make the red pill philosophy fall apart. No, they want women to be the problem, but women paying for college, women paying to build business, women's always been support, but it's been you Negroes, you beating women, you stabbing, you molesting them, you raping them, you doing all this shit. Now we gotta reset the conversation because the narrative is being said that you Negroes, you men are out there. You are the problem. Let's see this last exchange. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down.
okay, I'm gonna let you
Because-
right on in. So if you're talking to a person like me who has had bad experiences with both sides, to where women have fucked me over, women have set me up, and I've seen women in my own family. I've seen women code switch. I've seen women will present a certain way and be the total fucking opposite of what they said they were. I've seen women do some low down dirty shit. What would you say in regards to that? And the thing with me, the shit that happened to me that came by the hands of a woman, wasn't no man motivating her. So a lot of times it wasn't men's motivation behind the motives.
But see,
So
that's why y'all will never figure out the problem. Y'all will never figure it out because y'all are this world. You're not gonna understand something. If you put your face up against the wall, you're too close to the wall to be able to see the whole wall. You can only see here. If you pull away and see everything from a distance, then you'll have a better understanding. That's what I do.
so explain that because
I am, because
Okay.
this is what I do often. First and foremost, if you have a belief implanted in your head, the people who implanted the belief in your head are controlling you, whether you see them or not, whether they're in the same vicinity of you or not. It is the beliefs that have been programmed into women that have women operating the way that they do. And what is the program? These women are not programmed with female philosophies. They are programmed with male philosophies. Okay, that's a fact.
So then, wait a minute. Hold on, real quick.
Oh, hold on. Sister George got to get in there.
So then it would go back to them being a victim and them not taking ownership of their own shit, good or bad, indifferent. Because you're talking about a female you're talking about philosophy.
No, because you're
talking about women being programmed with certain philosophies.
I understand what she's saying. Because the social constructs that we buy into and that we're taught from the time that we're young, essentially are all man-made. All of our programming.
So if we're not going to be intellectually honest, then what we talking about? Because the fact of the matter is, women are the ones sitting in the church. They're sitting in the church. It ain't men. And these philosophies that women are being programmed with are male-centered. Okay, so let me tell you something about biology. You have a conscious state and an unconscious state. Unconsciousness, let me make sure you understand. Unconsciousness is a state of total unawareness that happens on a biological level. Your parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system responds to environmental stimuli, unconscious and unaware by the conscious mind. Critical thinking is the masculine part of a person's mind. The United States has effectively taken critical thinking abilities away from people and kept them in a total unconscious state where they do not question the status quo. They do not question what they're being programmed with, and they just roll with it on an unconscious level. To ask people who are in an unconscious state, total unconscious state, To operate with conscious awareness when they are in total ignorance is unrighteous judgment. And so what I'm trying to do, it's unrighteous.
But what about men who are in an unconscious state too? What about men because men also endure trauma.
Listen, y'all need to listen. You asked me about women, so now you can ask me about men. You need to understand the structure. Men are not the ones programmed. It is the woman that is programmed. No, listen to me. Listen to me. You ain't watching my show, so you're gonna have to. You're clearly you're gonna hear some stuff.
Sister George about to get an education today
that you ain't never heard before. So we live in a hierarchical structure of patriarchy that places the male on top of the female. Males, their biological or psychological wiring requires that you train them the way you want them to go before the age of 5. What has occurred is patriarchy placed men in a position of freedom where they are not being controlled like you control your daughters. So men are not programmed. They have been left to run unconsciously wild and be controlled totally by their biological nature. So that's why women putting so much controls on their daughters and letting their boys run wild, which is a falsehood. They are not programmed. Women are not teaching their sons. They're not spending as much time on their sons as they're doing their daughters. So the male has no,
I agree.
He has no structure. That is not a program. That is his biological nature running wild. So
now that is the way the Queen Maker broke that down. That is a red pill talking point. It's like Koji Milk shared the link in the chat about somebody going in somebody's garage. I'll check on that later, but she's just even Concrete Rose had to agree with that, what she was spitting right there. Let's see, listen to her make this point.
What is the problem? The problem is this: women have been psychologically conditioned to support and uphold male biological nature without challenging it. Okay? So this guy who was molested by his daddy, his father, who was a pastor, right? He was getting pretty much prison raped by his daddy, him and his sister. And his daddy was a pastor of a Southern Baptist church. And in his expression, he was saying that the church taught the women to take whatever they had to take in order to stay married. That is a fucking program. It ain't the males that are programmed. It is the women who are programmed to tolerate, no matter how you say it, because here's the thing, Farrakhan was preaching the same thing. Nobody give a damn about your profession. You a failure if you can't keep a man. This is the damn program. And so women did that. They did that. And they allowed these men to rape their children. They allowed them to molest their children under this program. So if we can't acknowledge that that's the truth, because I do not care to let's level the playing field, but women this, but women that. Women are the ones who got to be deprogrammed. And so here's the thing. I teach women the truth about this bullshit that you've been believing that was created by men, about men, for men. The Bible was written for men. It wasn't written for women. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost don't even include y'all ass. Okay? It talks to...
Well, I understand the point that she's trying to make. I agree with some of it, but to say that these men were allowed to, I can't say allowed, because over the years, especially recent years, if one of these men is brought up on charges of molestation or rape, they get prosecuted, they get put in jail. So, but with that said, it's getting late. I'm gonna shut this one down. Nobody other than Koja Malik wanted to come up and talk to the Grandmaster Troll. Nobody supported the show, so I'm gonna go sleep. take my ass to sleep, enjoy my life. All you B-dubs out there, whatever you do not ask the Grandmaster Troll for any money. Due to her and a couple of you other Muppet ass Negroes, and I do mean Muppet, GMT is no longer any I'm not loaning Negroes no more money. You guys don't pay it back. You guys are disrespectful when you ask. Then when I give you the money to loan, you don't even have the decency. Hey GMT, how you doing? Hey GMT, you need anything? Hey GMT, I hope everything is going good for you. Like, hey GMT, I've been praying for you. I know you got big goals, and I've just been praying for you. You don't even have the decency to check in on a nigga. Let me say this again, Coach Malik, Rico Young. They don't after you loan these people money, they don't even have the decency to check in on you, to see how you're doing, to see if life is good, to see if you need that money back. They don't even have the decency to check in on you. But will ask you to get them out of a financial hardship that they got themselves in. With that said, it's your boy, the Grandmaster Troll.